we shall do the Ashveil character trial. He is the Path of the Hunt, surprisingly, and not the Path of Relation, like how we had from the previous 5-star characters with Yagwan and Spoxy, right? I would say he still definitely looks like more like Buto out of any other character I know of so far, despite him having a bit of vibes to Mose as well, you know, with the demons, I guess, of the wolves around his portrait over here. But either way, let's just see how his character trial is over here compared to the Isom one we just did before, right? But like, yeah. Okay, so it does spawn you in Planet Cardio still. Well, I guess Ashveil is a Planet Cardio character, right? Technically, so but like, it does spawn you in Planet Cardio, kind of like how they did with Spoxy over here for the very first time, right? Okay, so the best characters, or the characters that they gave us with Ashveil are Triby, Dunhan, and Sunday. Okay, interesting, because you know, I thought a follow-up character goes really well with Ashveil. Okay, Ashveil is the character of the Hunt path, right? Not Elation this time. Causes the target to become bait and launches follow-up attack against. Oh, okay, so bait, I'm assuming it's like a designated target, right? I think. During the follow-up attack, if bait is defeated, then he continues to attack a new. Okay, gotcha. So he like targets like a single enemy and then continuously attack multiple enemies after the main target is defeated, right? Causes allies, ooh, has a support buff over here too, right? Causes allies crit damage to increase and all enemies defense to increase. So yeah, for his crit damage and enemies defense decrease over here too, you know, which is pretty cool. But like, yeah, because he's supposed to be as a main DPS, and not many main DPS have like, you know, a support ability over here, you know. So like, yeah. Well, he uses a sword though, right? Not like a shooter like how Anexa does. Or even the glop. Yeah, but like, yeah, he uses a sword rather than a like a shooter like how Anexa or Buto does, right? Like, oh, it's a cane. I didn't realize. Well, I don't want to like get rid of these now because they make the gloppy sound, but like I didn't realize it's a cane. Like. Oh, you're right. I thought it was a sword for a second, but wow, that's pretty cool. Is this the first ever character that we're gonna use that attacks with like a cane stick over here, per se? But like, yeah. But yeah, not gonna lie, that is pretty cool, and you can see at the tip of the cane, you know, it has like his little demon wolf symbol over here right on the top of the cane. Oh right, Welch does as well. I forgot about him. But like, yeah, you're right that Welch uses a cane as well. I still have yet to even get a Welch yet to this day, you know. But yeah, I believe Welch and Ashveil are the only two characters that uses a cane so far, at least from what I've seen right now, right? But like, yeah, but you're right that Welch does use a cane as well, cause we saw him with the cane ever since the first area of the Astral Express, right? But like, yeah. What does Impair do? Oh, it just dazes them. Okay, so it's like a normal kind of Impair, like how the other characters are over here per se. But like, yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, the cane does look pretty darn cool because it has like a lot of detail to him, you know. So, like, yeah, for the ultimate, right? But like, yeah. But yeah, the music is really nice. I mean, it really makes the game. Oh, that was part of its follow-up attack just now, right? Well, like, yeah, that was like really fast, by the way. But okay, I'm assuming the bait is like the one surrounded in the shadows over here. So it is actually a good idea to like go for the bait, since that way we can like fill up you know, Ashveil's ultimate a lot quicker over here and whatnot, right? So like, yeah. But I do want to go for the Trotter though, since the Trotter is a main target as well, right? I think. At least we can break the shield and, you know, paralyze him for a bit over here. Plus we're almost to ult, I guess, as well. Like,
Dragons soaring above the lands.
But like, yeah, this is, pretty cool so far. So it does remind me of Mose, actually. Like, yeah, like, at least the follow-up attack, you know, it definitely gives us a bit of a Mosley vibe, you know. Well, like, yeah. Let me go for single target though, but single target we definitely need to go for the bait enemy over here, like our designated target. And I guess we clicked on ult over here. Okay, but ultimate is single target though, and not multi-target like how many of the other characters are over here. So we should go for a single target and see a little trot over here. Unfortunately, but no, we can go for the right guy as well because it's possessed, right? But we should go for the right guy, I think, because it's possessed, even though the trotter is the trotter, but it's not weak to any of Moses' abilities over here, like lightning.
Beasts slaughter each other. Fight to the death.
Okay, that was pretty cool. But like, I want to say exactly the coolest scene, I guess I could say per se, but it does have a pretty cool lightning animation from the thundering clouds from above.